clear the way for what is meant for you on a soul level. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about clearing the way for what's meant for you and really being able to figure out what is meant for you by listening to your intuition and really figuring out how you can hear your intuition beyond these fears that you carry that keep you in a lower vibration. So basically, our life is composed of the decisions that we make. And on the spiritual path, us listening to our intuition and following through on what is in our highest good and what feels the best for us, therefore composes a life that is reflective of who we really are instead of a reflection of the fears that we carry or attachments that we hold. And this is really, really important. And I'm going to get into it because if your desire is to create a life that feels like it's soul aligned and you are happy, genuinely happy and at peace, then this video will help you. You can't be making decisions that are made out of fear or made from the space of you listening to your past self and still experience a life that really feels good to you. So, if you don't know me already, my name's Grace Moralia. I specialize in trauma healing, limiting belief work, and subconscious reprogramming. If you like my energy, please like and subscribe and comment below. Commenting below helps boost the algorithm so that I can reach the souls that I'm meant to reach. So I appreciate it. I also respond to all of my comments on the videos so that I know how to best serve you. So you letting me know how you feel about this video, what comes up for you, any questions you have, comments you have, really helps me feel like I'm not just talking to a phone screen and I'm connecting with you guys on a personable level, which is my intention. If you want to work with me, there are a few ways to work with me. I do online sessions, I do online coaching programs, and I also do in-person retreats in Sedona, Arizona. So if you want to book a session with me or inquire about any of my services, text my business phone number below if you genuinely have the intention of working together, and then we can book a session or, depending on what you want, set up a consultation call for a longer program or retreat. So you can reach out to me below and you can see the session starting rate as well. So you're clear about that. All right, so let's get into this. So I wrote some notes that I want to share with you. So basically, any answer that you need at all for anything to become more aligned with what you're wanting is here. So let's just start off with this. Anytime that we are projecting fear into the future or expecting that we know or saying that we know something's going to happen or we're expecting something to happen, that is projecting into the future into the realm that doesn't exist. So the past doesn't exist, the future doesn't exist, the moment exists. So usually when we're looking to the future, we're carrying a lot of fear and also glasses that cloud our vision for what could actually be possible. If we were truly living only in this moment, we would be in the realm of infinite possibility, and that would mean that anything could happen and that we could get that $1 million any second if we were aligned to that vibration, because we wouldn't be carrying the fear and past with us into the future. So the importance of doing trauma healing work, subconscious reprogramming, and limiting belief work is that what we are doing is we are going into the root of your fears, going into the root of your wounds, and healing from that place. And that's what I facilitate with you, is healing from that place what is genuinely causing the fear to go with you in the future, the vibration of the fear to go with you into the future. So when you stop carrying your past with you, then you can create a new future. And also, the fear that you're carrying with you right now is preventing miracles from happening. It is preventing, something new to birth. So it's important to see how you're still holding yourself back and in what ways you feel like you're out of resonance in your life. So a way that you can know if you're choosing something that isn't actually right for you is how you feel when you're doing it. So like if you feel anxious or you feel like you contract or you're smaller in that situation, or you feel like you're having to sacrifice yourself for something or someone, then that's an indicator that it isn't in your highest growth And it's important for us to see how we're limiting ourselves, because if you want to keep growing and evolving, then what's in your life has to grow and evolve too. So if you're not letting the past be the past, you're not actually properly dealing with it, you are just like, yeah, bringing it with you, then you're going to keep getting the same results. So that's also the importance of doing healing work, is because we are changing the vibration of your inside world, which then changes the vibration of your outside world. So it's always about doing the inner healing work if you want to manifest. It's really, really important. And I say that in all of my videos because that is the key, really is the key. So we want to be tapped into what is here and now. What is here and now is the access point of your intuition. Your intuition is a subtle feeling. It can be strong, but it isn't fear-based. It isn't something that's created in your mind. It's a knowing that comes through your body, and you can feel it viscerally in your body. So, just briefly, if you are wondering if you're feeling guided by fear or your intuition, feel like the subtle energies and if you feel like you're afraid, and you're like, oh, I can't make that decision because I feel fear. That's not your intuition. That's your nervous system saying, I'm dysregulated and I don't want something from the past to happen the same way that it did. So usually we act trying to protect ourselves instead of really listening to our internal guidance system. I really want you to practice trusting your intuition available here and now. And the way that I would say to do that is to be tapping into more of the quiet spaces in your life, creating intentional time to connect to what is true for you. Because when you do that, let's say you go outside in nature and you listen to the river, or you are in your house and you decide to meditate for some time, or you do yoga or whatever, you are dedicating time to connecting to what is true for you in the moment. You're not running off of programs or beliefs or anything like that happen when we're going and going and going, and we're letting our mind go wherever it goes. Then we are not going to be choosing what is best for us, because we are going to be running just from the mind. And when we pause and take time to connect to the body, connect to the moment, to connect to the intuition, then that is when we're like, okay, this is clear. This is the step forward. The steps for your life are going to be laid out step by step. Okay, it's not like everything comes at once. You're not going to know what's going to happen 2 years from now. But that's not important, because what's going to happen is going to happen. That doesn't exist yet. What is here and now is your intuition, is your true power, is your power of choice. So you want to be acting from what is right here, right now for you, and just knowing what the next logical step is for you. So if something feels like, oh, I want to move towards this, or I feel guided towards this, go and then see what steps unfold, instead of, oh, I'm going to go and I'm going to want to know what happens next year. There's nothing to know next year. You don't even know what's going to happen tomorrow. So just really honing this point in. When you make time to connect to yourself, you allow yourself to be guided by what is true for you in the actual moment, which you can feel through your body and not your mind. Then you will know the right steps to take right now, and then right now, and then right now, right? And then you live your life like that. You know that you're living in your highest alignment when you move from an intuitive space instead of fear. So if you really don't know how to do that, then I understand that it's actually because a lot of times we can't really hear our intuition because you feel clouded, you feel jaded, you feel like you're holding on to so much from the past. How do you even know what your true voice is? How do you even know who you really are? And that's because you have been fragmented in different ways, because you've been hurt in different ways, because you have fears in different capacities, because you have different parts of you that are, parts of you that are painful and that don't feel like the true you. So the key is to figure out who you truly are, and you do that through the inner healing work. And I want you guys to hear me. If you value following your highest self and really living your life on purpose, and you really want to create a soul-aligned, peaceful, loving, joyful life, you need to do the inner healing work, because that I facilitate. okay? Whether you do it with me as someone who's experienced with working over 2,000 people at this point to help them get to the core root of their traumas and limiting beliefs and heal them, or somebody else who does something similarly, you need to do this inner healing work, because then you will be connected to what is true for you, instead of you running off of these fears and things that you don't want to be anymore and playing out the same old stories and playing out the same old relationship patterns and all of that. You actually just connect to yourself, and you're consistently on the highest path of growth because you know the tools. And it's really important to know the actual tools. These videos are not enough. Getting the tools that I provide in my sessions is important so that you can consistently go towards what is true for you. So just know that. And once you get that inner connection point, you won't need to ask anyone for anything, because the goal is to understand that you are your own leader, that you are your own boss, that you are your own guide, that you are your own, honestly, God, because you're connected to the God within. You're connected to God through your body, and then you can take steps and live in according to that, instead of allowing your fears or stories to divert you from what really wants to happen in your life. And that takes insane courage, but to me that means you're living a spiritual, soul aligned and evolved life where you're moving towards heaven on earth, and you're allowing yourself to consistently, grow and create that happy life. And you're never going to really be happy until you follow what is true for you and receive what is meant to be yours. Because when you do the healing work, and when you listen to your intuition, and you learn these tools, and you learn to love yourself and all of these things that I'm teaching you, it's that then you will feel like you are on path. And that is something that no one can take away from you or give to you. You can only give it to yourself, and you can only allow people to take it away from you. So it's about not allowing the old stories to prevent you from being who you're meant to be. All right, it's really, really important. And so you need to get to the root of why you're still in this place, okay? Into the root of the wounds and into the root of the beliefs, okay? So you get rid of fear by being present with life. You're present with your life. You're choosing to be in this moment instead of being like 10 steps ahead. You say to yourself, okay, well, what's true right now? What is true right now? And that will help you trust yourself, because when you follow the next right step and you see why you were guided to do that, then it brings new self-effort. It affirms to you why you are meant to be here. Why you are guided there will be revealed to you when you allow yourself to be guided there. Does that make sense? So it's about getting rid of the noise. Through being present, you get rid of the noise, the false stories, the old narratives, and you're like, who am I really, and what is true for me really? And if you ask yourself that every day, who am I really, and what is really true for me, what is really authentic to me, you can get rid of a lot of distraction and a lot of noise. So just wanting to make that clear. But to me, it's always about the false self, healing the false self, getting rid of the old narratives, creating space for yourself to rise, and you do that through the inner work. All right, so if you're interested in working with me, you can text me about any of the things I've mentioned. Check my testimonials on my website. You can look more on my website there, and let me know how this resonates with you in the comments. I'm giving you my love, and I'll talk to you soon.